Welcome to our social media workshop. I'm Gary Wise from SBIM, and today we're going to take a look at Facebook ads and in particular the many campaign types that are available. Now, I often hear from business owners that the good old Facebook ads platform, it's just so complicated. There's so many options, and it's just plain difficult to know what to do and even where to start. And the answer is, yeah. Look, it can be confusing, particularly if it's your first time running ads, or you're new to marketing, or even if you're just new to Facebook. So to make things a little easier for you and to get you up and running, using Facebook ads sooner than later, today we're going to take a look at the various campaign types and why you would use one type over another. At this point, we're going to jump ahead a little and assume that you've got a Facebook Business Manager account already set up. Now, if not, that's okay. This information that we're going to run through today is still going to be really helpful in your planning for your campaigns. But when you're ready, simply jump over to business.facebook.com and follow the instructions over there. It's all pretty simple and they'll get you up and running in no time. All right, so when you're going to create your first Facebook campaign, you're going to be greeted with 11 campaign types, or as Facebook calls them, marketing objectives. And these are what we're going to take a look at today. So, in short, if you get this bit wrong, you may end up being just a little bit disappointed with your advertising results. So if you want to move on from simply boosting Facebook posts, you need to learn more about Facebook ad objectives. Now, here at SBIM, we see so many businesses, just stumbling at the very first hurdle. So they end up reverting to the easier method of just boosting their posts. But look, there is a better way, which does generate better results. You just need to take the time to understand what each objective means and how you need to use it. So Facebook uses the data that it obtains, from your actions on Facebook, to assist it with deciding, which people, within your chosen target audience inside your campaigns that, should get the priority in seeing your ads. Now, you can help Facebook in delivering your ads to these people that are most likely to take your desired action, by simply choosing the right Facebook ad objective for your campaign in the first place. Now, Facebook breaks objectives up into 3 categories, and they're awareness, consideration, and conversion. And there's various campaigns types underneath each one of those campaign options. So first off, you need to pick the category that works best with where your customers are within your sales funnel. So as a summary, as an example, awareness objectives are top of the funnel objectives, which are there to generate interest in what you offer, while the consideration objective, that's more middle of the funnel. You consider using these types of campaigns to reach people that have some sort of interest in what you offer and who may want to discover more information about your product. And finally, the conversion objective. Now that's towards the bottom of your funnel and should be used when you want people to take a particular action, like registering for a webinar or opting into your list or downloading a PDF or purchasing from your store, various actions like that. So you need to select a Facebook ad objective that best aligns with the goal you have for your campaign. So, that's based on the desired action that you wish your target audience to take. So let's take a look at the first of the awareness objectives, and that's brand awareness. Now, you use brand awareness objective campaigns when you're looking to increase awareness for your brand, and you don't necessarily need people to engage with your content or click through or opt in or purchase just yet. Now, this objective, will assist you in sort of reaching, people who are more likely to be paying attention to what you're promoting in your ad. Now, these brand awareness campaigns can be really useful for businesses of most shapes and sizes, in fact, and we use them quite frequently for a lot of our local small business clients. Now, for example, if you're marketing a restaurant or a retail business, you can launch a brand campaign, and you can set the frequency. So that's how often someone sees your ad, to however much you like. So it may be once a day, it may be once every 2 days, it may be once a week, and you can almost let that campaign run indefinitely with even just a small budget. And it's that consistency over time which will help your business become more recognised and being able to be recalled by your target audience. Now, the next campaign is reach objective. Now, you'd use the reach objective to get your ad seen by as many people as possible within your target audience and within inside your own budget constraints. Now, this objective can help target a small audience, and your priority here is to reach as many people within that audience as possible based on your budget. So even if you also want them to visit your website or watch your video or convert on your website, you would use this type of campaign. Yeah, you'd use the reach objective potentially over other objectives in this case, as choosing one of the other objectives may actually limit your potential reach based on the likely actions of your target audience. Okay, so we now move to the next objective, and that is consideration. So next is the reach objective. Now, you'd use the reach objective to get your ad seen by as many people as possible within inside your target audience and within inside your own budget constraints. Now, this objective can help to target a small audience, and your priority here is to reach as many people within inside that audience as possible. Even if you also want them to visit your website or watch your video or convert on your website, you'd choose the reach objective in this case over other objectives, as choosing one of the other campaign objectives may actually limit your potential reach based on the likely actions of your target audience. We'll get to that a little bit later in a little bit more detail. All right, we now move on to the next objectives category, and that is consideration. So now that your audience is aware of your business through either your brand awareness or reach campaign that you've run, it's now time to move on to a campaign type that has a stronger call to action available to it. So the first consideration campaign type is actually the traffic campaign type. Now, you'd use the traffic objective, when your goal is to, drive traffic outside of Facebook. Now, this might be to read a blog post or, listen to a podcast episode or visit, your website landing page or, discover more about your app. So, Facebook will show your ad to those people within your target audience that are most likely to click on your link, based on their past behaviors, okay? If you want people to, visit your website to opt in or register or purchase, and you have the ability to track that they've actually achieved that objective, and you can do that by tracking if they've sort of landed on a specific thank you page, that indicated they reached that objective, then you would usually choose the conversion objective rather than, say, the traffic objective. Okay, we'll look at conversion in a little bit more detail later. All right, the next is the engagement objective. Now, you'd use this objective when you want more people to basically engage with your ad. Now, engagements on your ads are the reactions. They're all the likes. They're the comments, and they're also the shares. You can also, use the engagement objective when you wish to generate, more page likes or, responses to events or, claims on the offers that you might have out there. Okay. So optimizing your campaigns for engagement means that Facebook will deliver your ads to those people who are most likely to engage with your ad. And this can mean, or this can be, this can have the added bonus of generating additional reach. As people who engage with your content can actually generate additional stories and organic reach as they share it into other people's news feeds, beyond that initial audience that you paid to access via your Facebook ads. All right, now choosing that engagement objective, it actually can also assist you in building your Facebook page engagement audiences that you can actually use to retarget for later campaigns. Now, that's a really good thing to be doing, which is building those audiences. And again, we'll come to that a little bit later. Now, the next objective is app installs. Now, you'd use this objective if you simply have an app and you wish to send people to the Google Play or Apple Store, where they can download your app. Now, that's a pretty simple one. If you've got an app, great. If you don't worry about that one. Now, onto the video views campaign type, and this is one of my personal favorites. Now, you'd use the video views objective when you're running a video ad, and your primary objective is to get more people to actually view your video. Now, video views is a great objective to choose when you wish to build up a video engagement audience, okay? That's an audience that you can retarget, in future other advertising campaigns. Now, it's the building of this engagement audience that actually makes it a go-to campaign for most of our marketing and that of our clients. However, just because you're using video doesn't mean that you have to choose the video views objective. Okay. For example, if you're looking to get people to click through from your video, then you could actually use the traffic objective as well, and choose video as the format for your content. Okay, you've got an image, or you can use video. Video you can choose there. Similarly, if you're wishing to get people to convert after they watch your video, then you could also use conversion as your objective and choose video as the format for your content again, okay? So there's lots of campaign options available for video, all right? Next is the lead generation objective. And look, once again, another SBIM favorite. Now, you'd use the lead generation objective when you want to generate leads on Facebook, right within the ad and without having to drive traffic to your website or off Facebook. Now, Facebook lead gen ads, actually allow you to capture data such as name, email address, phone number, etc. And it auto-populates this information where, it's actually available. Now, for example, with this, Facebook will, auto-populate the name, email address, and even perhaps the phone number if you've chosen to include that field in your form. Now, having this auto-populate makes it really easy for people to complete your lead form and can often, result in you obtaining their best data. The reason for this is that most people would actually use their best email address as the email address that they actually use to log into Facebook. So if you're using lead ads, you need to use a third-party tool that allows you to integrate with Facebook and automatically takes those emails that you're capturing via your lead ads and it actually inputs them into your marketing software or your CRM. Now, that CRM needs to be delivering the offer that you're promoting. That's why it's important to hook them up. So you can do this with the leads setup section of your publishing tools on your Facebook page. Okay, that's where you find it. Now, it's important that you do this as most people will expect to receive what you're offering, particularly if it's a PDF, immediately after opting in. So if you don't have this integration set up, look, don't worry. You'll just need to manually go into the forms library inside the publishing tools section of your Facebook page and download any captured leads and then manually deliver them what you've promised inside your ad, again, like the PDF. Quick word of warning there though, your leads data does expire in 90 days. So you'll need to export your lead data if you want to keep a record of it past that 90 days. Now, one of the drawbacks of using the lead generation objective over other objectives is that you won't be building, your website traffic audience as a result of, the lead capture experience for your clients. Now, the reason being is that they don't have to visit your website to opt in, so you don't get that chance to build that audience. However, this does generate a lead ad custom audience that you can use for retargeting purposes in the future, okay? So it balances itself out. All right, we now move to the next objectives category, and that is conversions. So now that your audience is aware of your business through either your brand awareness or reach campaign, and you've potentially interacted with, or they've potentially interacted with one of your consideration campaigns, it's now time to move on to a conversion campaign to try and, close that deal. Now, you'd use the conversion objective when your goal is to, just get people to, convert for a specific action. Now, whether that be to opt in, to register for an event, or purchase a product, whatever that may be. Now, to optimize for conversions, you need to have a minimum of 50 conversions per week. Now, this minimum number of conversions provides Facebook with the sufficient data that it needs to be able to learn about these people that convert and make assumptions around those people who are most likely to convert within your target audience, and then deliver your ads to more of those people, okay? So it learns. So, 50 conversions is a bare minimum. 50 to 100 is sort of ideal, but just remember, the more conversions, the better it is, as it provides more data for Facebook to work with and find your ideal audience. Now, if there is insufficient data available, then Facebook just won't be able to learn about the characteristics of those people who are converting fast enough. And therefore, Facebook won't be able to accurately optimize the delivery of your ads for this particular objective. So, where this is the case, the delivery of, that ad might be a little bit limited when using the conversion objective. With this in mind, if you have a very low traffic to conversion ratio, as might be the case with, say, a high-priced product or service, you may end up choosing the traffic objective over the conversion objective, even if your primary objective is to get people to visit your website to opt in, or register or purchase, or whatever the case may be. This is because while you want people to convert, choosing the conversion objective may actually limit your reach due to insufficient data being captured as a result of the low conversion rate. Okay, hope that makes sense. So assuming you have targeted your audience well, optimizing for traffic may be good enough and a better option than conversion, given the lack of available data for Facebook to sort of work with. Okay. All right, the next campaign objective is product catalog sales. Now, you'd use this campaign objective when you have an e-commerce store and you'd like to promote products from your online product catalog. Now, this does require you to integrate your product catalog with Facebook and generating product feeds that you can choose from when creating your campaigns. Now, word of warning, this can be a little bit techy depending on the online store software that you're using. But the likes of WordPress and even Shopify actually take care of this really easily. So there's no need to worry if you're on those two particular platforms. And finally, our last campaign objective, and that's store traffic. Now, you'd use the store traffic objective when you have multiple business locations and you want to promote your business to people who are located nearby. However, you'll need to set up your business locations in Business Manager before you'll be able to use this particular objective. Now, this can be a great way to capture foot traffic to your business by delivering ads that are time-based based on people's current locations. So there you have it. all the Facebook campaign types rolled through. Now, like always, you should always be testing your objectives to see what's working best for you. Now, we have some clients who get a much lower cost per link click and cost per conversion when they optimize for, say, engagement, rather than traffic campaigns or conversion campaigns. Whilst we have other clients who do really, really well using the lead generation campaign type. So as you may have heard me say many times before, one size definitely doesn't fit all when it comes to social media, and particularly Facebook ads. So the key here is to try optimizing your campaigns for different objectives and start comparing your campaign results to discover what works best for your Facebook ads campaigns and your particular business situation. So that just about brings us to a close. Hope that it was of some help for you, and we'll see you next time in our next workshop. Cheers.